Now we're going to find the vertex, axis of symmetry, lead coefficient, and direction of opening of a parabola that is defined for x. In this case, x equals y minus 7 squared minus 3. To start out, we're going to find the vertex. Since it's in vertex form, the heavy lifting has already been done for us. The only thing that we have to remember is that the place that we usually look for our x-coordinate is going to give us our y-coordinate. The place we usually look for our y-coordinate is going to give us our x-coordinate, because, in this case, it's defined in terms of x. The variables are switched. So our x value is going to be out on the outside all alone. It's going to be a negative 3. Our y value is going to be the opposite of what's in the parentheses, paired with the y here. So in this case, it's y minus 7. That means that positive 7 is going to be our y coordinate of our vertex. So our vertex is going to be negative 3, positive 7. Again, this is flipped from where we usually find them. The easy way to remember that is that the variable in the parentheses is paired with its coordinate. So in this case, it's y minus 7. Therefore, it's going to be a positive 7. That's going to be the y coordinate. The direction of opening in a graph like this is going to be either left or right, not up or down, because it's defined for x. Since the lead coefficient, there isn't one, which means that it is implied to be a positive 1. Any positive number is going to open to the right. As a quick sketch, once I realize that it's going to open to the right, I like to just draw a simple graph to see the parabola opening to the right and the axis of symmetry passing through it as a horizontal line through the vertex. So in this case, the axis of symmetry is a line defined for y equals something, since it's a horizontal line. So what does y equal? We look at our vertex for that. Y equals positive 7. The way that we knew that is in the same way that the axis of symmetry was the x-coordinate for a parabola that was up and down. It split through the vertex and shared that point. This line here passes through the vertex, but since it's a horizontal line, it's going to be a y equals line. So in this case, y equals 7. Our lead coefficient, as we mentioned before when we were looking for our direction of opening, is going to be a positive 1, because we don't see anything out front of the parentheses in vertex form. So a equals 1. On this next example, we have it defined in standard form, not in vertex form. So we have to do a little bit more work in order to find all the things we're looking for. First thing that we can find is the direction of opening. That we just look for our lead coefficient. In this case, again, no lead coefficient, which means it's a positive 1. So a equals 1, which means our direction of opening is going to be to the right. The reason it's to the right again is because x and y are switched. It's defined for x, and we have a y squared term, so it's going to open either left or right. The positive 1 says it's going to open to the right. In order to find our axis of symmetry, we have to solve for what is y going to be. The way we do that is negative b over 2a, just like we did with parabolas that were up and down. So negative b is going to be a negative 3, and 2a, since a is 1, it's going to be 2 over 1. So y is going to equal 3 halves. So that's our axis of symmetry, is y equals 3 halves. Finally, we plug this in back into our function to figure out what the x-coordinate of our vertex is going to be. So we take the f of negative 3 halves, pop it into our original equation here for y, and we're going to solve for x. So x will end up being negative 25 fourths. This is something, you just pop that in your calculator and you'll be able to get that answer. So we remember that y is going to be equaling negative 3 halves, which means that when we find our vertex, we have to make sure that our y-coordinate is negative 3 halves, where our x-coordinate here is what we solved for. Excuse my typo. Sorry about that. So our vertex will be negative 25 fourths as our x-coordinate, negative 3 halves as our y-coordinate.